We are feeding the ducks.
Yay!
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we all?
Howdy,
Only
howdy.
20 minutes late tonight. Leave me alone, Louise. Not fair. Matt, how you doing, my friend? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I'm just going to do a quick little story for the gram.
Can't forget about the gram.
Don't forget about the gram. But yeah, what's happening, everyone? What's going down? Big week this week. Big week this week. Glad to hear that, Matt. I'm doing pretty well, my friend. How are you doing, Elvis? What's going on?
I'm good, dude. I was just in the middle of reinstalling my son's Saber because I broke the chassis on it. I'm an idiot. So now I'm gonna let these buttons dry in the E6000 here. So give that some time.
Dude, you're making a habit of killing chassis, bro.
Well, it's just two so far. I guess you could call that a habit, though.
One's an accident, two's a habit, you know?
No. Hey, Ryan.
Ryan, you're still up, mate. Holy shit. If you want to join us, mate, just let me know. I'll give you the link. Yeah. Oh, shit. That's the wrong GIF. What the fuck am I doing? Apparently I'm a
Purple
fucking
Jedi.
moron.
Is that Louise?
That's Lulu.
Yeah?
That's our Lulu.
She's got a name now.
She's got
Star
a name
Wars
now. She has a name now. Like she always had a name. She's got a Star Wars name now.
She has a handle.
A handle, yes. A handle. She had a handle. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Nice. Nice. Oh.
Yeah. But I have a barber appointment in the morning, so this is the worst I'll look. I'm sorry, Sam. I'm all...
You see the state of this? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It was like
Every good company, I guess.
Every time I grow this thing out, there's like more and more grey through it every fucking time. Tales of the Jedi was fire. Tales of the Jedi was fucking fire.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
I'm in bed. If you're live on time, I might have. Like 20 minutes was going to make a difference, bro. Come on. Elvis, thanks for the CFX crash course last night.
He got his first CFX in, and he DM'd me jokingly saying, "I don't even know how to run this thing." So I FaceTimed him on the spot, and I was like, "This button does this. This button does this."
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad it was you and not me because, like, I know how to work it, but trying to explain CFX, like, I'm a profi guy. That's it.
He had asked me the difference for lightning block and blade lockup. So I don't know, maybe you know, or maybe Jesse knows. Can ask when he gets back on. But if you just hold Ox, I'm pretty sure that's lightning block, not blade lockup. So
how do you get blade lockup on CFX?
Huh?
How do you even trigger blade lockup on CFX?
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be a different combination for that.
That's a Jesse question when he gets back.
Yeah.
Tim, what's going on, man? All good? Hope you're well. Isaac, Woodruff.
You can't participate in the comments if you can't participate in the talking. Come on, dude.
That's a fair point, man.
Get on camera.
That's a fair point, man.
You at the store tonight, Tim?
Put this little light on. It's annoying me. There we go. That's better. So yeah, episode 8 of Andor. Now,
finally got to see Saw.
I've got admission, guys. Right, I haven't seen this episode yet. I've heard plenty about it, but I haven't watched it. I haven't had time to watch it. I started a new job this week. It's been pretty intense. Training Monday, Tuesday. Been doing ride-alongs yesterday and today. It's been early mornings. It's been late nights.
Watch it while you're delivering packages, dude.
I can't. I'm barely in the van, bro. Like, they're all literally bundled together. There's like 20 on one street, and you drive like for 2 minutes, and there's like 10, and you drive for another 2 minutes, there's like 5, and then it's literally like there's just no way in hell. No way in hell. Plus, I need to use my phone for the app. So, you know, they pay me like $10 a day for using my own phone.
So, do you drive an Amazon truck, or are you driving your own car?
Amazon truck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. It's lovely. It's beautiful. It's grey. Amazon Prime on it. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it's one of them Dodge Sprinters or the.
We've got the Ford Transit.
Transit. Okay, yeah. When I delivered, I worked for a car dealership, and I worked in the parts department, and I delivered parts to. Anyone that ordered them from us. So I'd go to a bunch of little auto body shops and stuff like that. And everything from a front bumper to a transmission, I'd have to get the forklift out and do that kind of thing. But I had one of those trucks. Mine was a Sprinter, which is just like the Transit. And I loved it. It was like a really comfortable truck to drive around.
Right, they're super comfy. They drive great. You know, they do what they need to do. You know, in fact, I believe. I'll be honest. I actually think the Ford Transit is a lot nicer than my fucking Ford Focus in terms of how it drives, which is nuts when considering I've got a fucking sports car and that's the van. You know, it drives great. I love it. You know, it's got everything, AC in it. You know, CarPlay. It's fucking awesome. You know, I
remember I really liked the cruise control. I could set it as low as 20 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Which my car doesn't set that low, but like when I was in the delivery truck, if I was going through a town or something, I could set it really low. It was kind of cool.
Oh, it's great, man. It's great. I've put it this way. I have worked in worse offices before in my life. You know, it's fucking not a bad office to work in. Not a bad office to work in. But I'm going to bed. Just wanted to say hi. Love you, boo.
Hi.
I'll be in shortly. Andy fucking Serkis.
Yeah.
Fucking Snoke.
Thought it was Snook.
I just have to get it attacked. I'm just sending Tim over a link. Apparently it's going to come on.
Yeah?
I was like, fuck yeah, that's terrible, man. Peer pressure. Come on. Fucking hell. There you go, Tim. So yeah, episode 8. An hour-long episode, from what I've seen. Elvis, what did you make of this? I've heard plenty about it. I haven't seen it. What did you... Talk us through it. What did you make of it?
Okay, so there are, I guess, 4 different storylines going on in the show. So one obviously is Andor, and I'll get to that. I have the most thoughts on that. And then we have Mon Mothma. They're having like another party or something like that, and she's still trying to work the money thing with that one dude. And she talks about Emperor Palpatine overreaching with this act, where they can extend the sentences and stuff like that, and they can imprison people for like any reason they want to, and everything's like because of this heist, where they stole all the credits in that one sector. Because of that, now the imperial, the government, whatever you want to call it, the empire, can basically just do whatever they want. So anyway, that's her storyline, right? And then we go to I forget the name of the planet. Is it Ferrix, where Bix and the mom is?
Yeah.
So she gets hurt going in front of the hotel that the Empire has taken over as their HQ on that planet. And she's like trying to watch troopers and stuff like that and figure out schedules. And she was trying to find out if there's still an underground tunnel that works underneath the building. And she got hurt.
Wait a minute. He's back.
Hey, buddy. You're still muted.
Continue. I was listening.
So anyway, she gets hurt. So Bix and the one friend that worked in the scrapyard, they're checking in on her and watching her. So anyway, because she got hurt, Bix tries to contact anyone really. So she's reaching out, trying to find Andor. So she reaches out to Luthen to try to find Andor. So anyway, they don't answer her, and they basically have to sever ties with the planet because things are becoming so serious. So they didn't want to be receiving a transmission. So anyway, the ISB intercepts the transmission, or at least knows of the transmission. So they go and they beat the shit out of the dude that owns the scrapyard where the radio is. And then they capture Bix and they put her in a chair to torture her or something like that. And then we don't see what happens. That's the end of that so far.
Damn, you really know what's going on.
And then we have Luthen. Luthen goes off to, I forget the name of the planet, but the planet where Saw is. And
we get Saw Gerrera on this one. I do know that much.
Yeah, so he visits Saw, and when he approaches Saw, he talks about, good job with the heist, stealing all the credits, and he's like, I thought that was you, and he's like, no, only you are, crazy enough to do something like that. So anyway, they're both playing it like the other one did it.
Yeah.
But we all know Luthen was behind it, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, he really wants Saw to meet with, oh shoot, what's the name? Jesse, what's the name?
What do you want?
Huh?
Sorry,
what do you want?
So Luthen's trying to get Saw to meet with this one person, and he's willing to give Saw some parts that he needs for his ship and stuff like that. Who's the person he wants him to meet?
I know there's somebody, but I forget.
I can't remember now. I'm going to have to go look it up. Matt, were you paying attention? What's the name of the person? But anyway, he's like, I'll give you the parts for free if you go meet with this person. And Saw is like, well, then I guess I won't get those parts because he doesn't want to meet with them. So anyway, Luthen's trying to, get different cells together to, Anyway, Luthen's point to him was, we need the Empire to be harder on people so that they'll rise up against the Empire, right? Okay, so anyway, and then we have Andor's story. So Andor, he is on the tropical planet that he, got arrested by the shore trooper. And so anyway, he gets sent to prison, and based off of people's home planets, and if they're able-bodied and stuff like that, they're sent off to be like slave labor. So it's prisoners with a job. So anyway, he gets sent to this one planet where he needs to build parts, which I assume he's building parts for Death Star or something like that. 'Cause, I mean, how funny would that be that he's building the Death Star before he, builds the plans to it. But what's really interesting is, one, this prison's a bit like the prison in Face Off, only, in Face Off, how their boots all are magnetized. It's kind of like that, only the guards wear boots and the floor is electrified. So when the prisoners are, out of line, they just zap the floor and everyone falls to their knees because they're being electrocuted. But, the guards are fine because they're wearing these special boots.
Do you know what else is really interesting? This guy.
Hey, Tim.
What's up?
So anyway, he's in this prison, and
then Snoke appears.
Yeah, and then what's his name? The guy that plays Snoke is
Sarkis.
like, he's like the foreman for the floor that he's on, and they put everyone in competition against each other. So there's 7 floors, 7 rooms
tables,
per floor, and
7
7
men.
tables per room, and whatever the table that gets the most parts made in a day, they get to taste their food that night.
They get flavor in their food.
They get flavor in their food. And the people that do the least amount of parts, they get electrocuted.
Wow.
Just
anyway.
the light shock. It's like a knock you on your ass. It's not going to kill you. I mean,
So they show the first day. He's in prison. He's kind of just watching everything that goes on. Someone commits suicide in the middle of the night. Anto Krieger. That's who Luthen wants Saw to meet with.
Matt always pulls through.
He probably had to go look it up. I hope.
He always pulls through.
Well, so anyway, someone commits suicide, and the one of the guys that was in Rogue One actually goes up to him and says, "Don't worry about how many days you have left. Like, it'll be doubled or it'll be tripled. Like by the time you get out of here." And they're asking him if he knows about this heist that had gone down, and how the Empire is now doubling sentences and things like that, and he's playing dumb. But anyway, someone commits suicide in the middle of the night because they can't do it anymore. And then fast forward, it says 30 shifts later, he works a 12-hour shift. So we can assume roughly 30 days later.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the top producer on the floor, and that you think that they're gonna win this day, like they're gonna get the flavor, and you're kind of like rooting for him, and then the episode ends, which I think was so cool. Because the show got in your own head, like you wanted him to win, like you wanted him to be the top producer of the day, and the show just ended to remind you like it doesn't fucking matter. Like that's what the Empire does to you. They play head games with you, that these people are in prison and they're trying to beat each other because they've been mind ninja'd into thinking they need to do this stuff. So anyway, that's the summary of the episode.
as far as Imperial prisons go, I got to think that this one's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think one of my favorite scenes in the whole episode is when Luthen met with Saul, and they were both accusing the other one of completing the heist. He's like, "Oh, well, now I know you're the one that did it. Oh, that proves that you did it."
It's really interesting, though, isn't it? Because, now we know Luthen is he's the master game player. He's going to Saw and be like, "Oh, congrats on the heist," knowing fine well he done the fucking heist.
Mm-hmm.
But he is trying to get into Saw's head to do that whole fucking reverse psychology, second guessing kind of thing. It's going to get Saw like, well, if he didn't do it and I didn't, who did what? So he's trying to ruffle feathers and rattle cages, which either that or he's just fucking covering his own ass.
Well,
admitting
he needs anarchy, and who's going to produce anarchy but Saw? I mean, come on. That's why he's going to Saw. He wants Saw to go f up,
Yeah. I mean, for an episode I didn't see yet, I've read plenty about it. And what you were saying about, the Empire completely screwing with your mind, it definitely seemed to me like, from what I read about it, this episode definitely fucked with your head.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally. This is like the episode of Pain, where everyone's getting tortured and it's the mental kind of anguish, and you're seeing exactly what Matt's saying here. Seth Sayers, what's going on, dude? How the Empire's treating people.
Mm-hmm.
How they actually do treat people, And
when I watched someone's, it might have been Screen Crush earlier, like his, he talked about how basically people aren't people.
Yeah.
Nothing matters to the Empire. Like in the prison, you're not even given a number. Like you don't have a name. You're nothing.
They drop you off in the room, and the only reason they come back is to pick up your body.
Yeah. They leave you alone, and
you're just meat. That's all you are. You're fucking meat for the grinder, and that's it.
Well, he also made a comment about the hotel on Ferrix. Like, the Empire doesn't give a damn about the economy. They took over the only hotel in this city to be their HQ. So now there's no place to stay. There's no reason for anyone to come and visit or something like that. So, like Bix says, yeah, times have been tough since the hotel's been taken over. And that's just another.
That just goes to show the true agenda of the Empire. They don't care about local economy, local enterprise. You know, they want to rule with an iron fist. Really, you know, it's they're a state communist. You know, death is considered a prize. I would say so, because the hell is that bad. You know, what did you make of it, Jess? Like, in terms of the way everything's heading, what we got this week. What was your kind of overriding thoughts on it?
I don't have any expectations for anything. I'm just enjoying it. I like that it's a longer series and that it's spread out and it's slow. I'm about it, because it just.
I think once we look at it as a whole, both seasons, when it's finally done, I think we'll look back at it and say, wow,
yeah, I'd much rather have. You know, I like how it is, where it's spread out, longer episodes. But then again, I really do like when stuff's like 6 episodes and just banger the whole time.
Yeah.
I also enjoy seeing the petty bureaucracy of Star Wars, and the inner workings, and all this is shit that we haven't really seen.
Yeah.
And I dig it, and it is telling a story, and it is a slow story. But I've said it each week that I've been on here. I still enjoy the show.
It's like, how many different ways can the Empire torture you, And I mean, if anyone didn't already guess by looking at me, I like my fucking food. And if I couldn't taste my fucking food, I'd be finding the nearest toaster and going for a long bath with it, right? Like, that for me is worse than getting electrocuted. Could you imagine that, though? Like, could you imagine you're in a rut for days upon end, you don't produce the most parts, and you're just eating the same literal nothingness? Like, that's fucking with my head right now. And I just had kebab, right? Like, that is fucking with my head big time. That's horrendous, Like, we're really seeing the true nature of the Empire and how bad they really are. Like, they are worse than anything that you could ever fathom when they go to those depths. Sure, there's the physical torture, the beatings, the electrocution and whatever, but to do that fucks with your mind. You're really breaking someone down there, not just physically but mentally. Like, fuck that.
So another thing that I think they're still not really showing us completely, or there's something more to it. It's the relationship between Luthen and Clea, because it seemed when Bix was sending off her little transmission, I need to maybe rewatch it just to make sure, but it seemed like Luthen was kind of suggesting, hey, maybe we let blonde girl and the other girl, we tell her about Bix, because she could be watching Bix, and that might be something we could do. And that was already happening. So I'm wondering again, who's really pulling the strings there? Is it Luthen or is it Clay?
She's kind of wearing the pants in that relationship.
I really think she is. I think she's running shit, and she's more in control than he is, because it seemed like she knew what was going on, and it seemed like she was the one that would have tipped off, whatever Blondie and her girlfriend.
Yeah, it's very possible she's just careful and warning him about a lot of stuff, but
I kind of agree with that, Mando. Luthen's, he's the face of it, and she's the brains or the thinker.
It definitely came across like that last week.
Yeah, when she was eavesdropping on, him and Mom Mothma.
Then obviously she went and met with the girl from
Vel.
You know, I'm fucking struggling with names with this show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
what's the-
call him
Yeah, I
25.
am too.
What's the blonde girl's names? Like Kel or Mel or
Vel.
Vel? So he wanted to send Vel to Bix to help find Andor, and Luthen's assistant, what's her name?
Clea.
Clea.
I knew that because
It rhymes with Leia, and she looks like Leia.
the dude keeps saying Leia, and it fucks with me. It
So-
fucks with everyone.
Clea is like, we're looking for Andor. Why would going to her help? If she can't find him, we can't find him. Why go to her? And he said, trust me, she knows more than we know. It's still helpful to go to Bix and the mom and try to find Andor through them. Like, they have leads that we might not know. But I don't recall Vel getting that message in the episode.
No, they never showed how she got the information to go to.
Yeah,
Fair.
it just showed Bix walking in with the ISB lady.
Well, another thing I think is awesome is that the Empire, who is, really fervently searching for Andor right now, has him, and they don't even know it.
Right.
And that shows you how big and badass they are, but yet how inept and stupid they are at the same time.
Yeah, it's
There's layers.
it's one of those ones, isn't it? Like
There's layers to this shit, man.
there's a lot of layers to this shit. Like I think we haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg yet when it comes to all the players, all the pieces in play. I definitely think at this point, Matt's right. Luthen is the face for one side of it. I think Clea is some sort of fucking mastermind, and she's the one that's pulling the strings behind the scene. It definitely seemed like that last week. Either that, or she's just very sure of herself. She's very confident. She's very assured in what she's doing, and she's confident enough to go and carry out Luthen's requests. But it's definitely seeming like she is the one that's behind the scenes, really kind of pulling the strings, eavesdropping on all the conversations, double check. If you're just like a fucking, a helping hand or someone who's, just involved, you wouldn't be eavesdropping on stuff like on what's being said there, and it's like you wouldn't really give a fuck. That's not your position. That's not your business. That's not your fucking concern. So I think she definitely is the
Spy.
or a spy.
Yeah, I don't know what her story is. I mean, at first I thought maybe they're just like married and they're just a united front and they both, have different thoughts.
I think there's an angle there. I think there is an angle there. I read about the.
She's still a bit of a mystery anyway. I mean, there's something there. I don't know what it is yet.
What happened with the Morgana security guy? I heard he was getting.
Oh, yeah.
So he was basically had sent 5 kind of false requests trying to find information about Andor. And so Deidre calls him in and basically tells him to stop doing it. He gets to finally read the report that he had to sign erroneously and tells her kind of he wants in. He wants in on the investigation. He thinks this is going to clear his name. And she basically left it with, if you keep on this, the next person you talk to isn't going to be me. It's going to be worse off.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she leaves, he's like, I was good at my job.
Yeah.
I was good at my job and I can be an asset. Let me help, like that.
I think we could see him joining the Empire.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the spy. There's been people talking about a rebel spy in the ranks of, is it the ISB, FSB?
Yeah, ISB.
Who do we think that is?
I mean, I feel like we could have somebody, and I feel like it could be Deidre's direct boss, the guy from Game of Thrones, Qyburn. because I like the fact that you found out he was the one that created the sectors, the Imperial sectors, that the Rebel Alliance is basically using against them. I think it could be her rival. I think it could be her.
What
but I
about
do think somebody in the ISB is going to end up being a turncoat.
I definitely don't think it's Deidre because she.
Too vested, too fervent.
She's doing enough things where it's like, ooh, I don't know if she'd do that if she was a spy.
So Adrian?
Now her boss, I could see that. And the black guy, her enemy, I forget his name, the guy that was over that sector before she.
That kind of falsified the reports and was trying to... was he doing that to cover himself or was he doing that to...
Yeah, I kind of wondered that. Like, I wonder if he was... getting rid of her, so to speak, because he didn't want her looking because he's covering up stuff that he's doing. So that could
what got me thinking last week was because obviously, coming from like a cinematographer's point of view, everyone gets screen time for a reason, right? You don't introduce someone on screen quite pointlessly and have them interacting with certain characters. Who's the skinny dude with the mustache at that table?
He's the guy that actually was in. He ran Anakin's Venator Star Destroyer during the Clone Wars. Then he was in. So he's in Clone Wars, Rebels, and then they actually featured him in A New Hope. But he runs.
That's the guy that does the. He's the intro dude.
Yeah, the Clone Wars announcer. Yeah, the guy that.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about.
That's It's not the same actor, but he's playing.
Yeah, but that's that character.
Yeah, it's
that's him.
Something
now.
Yularen or something.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go, Yularen. Yeah, so he's been in everything.
That's not the old guy, is it? It's the young guy that was sat at the table. Well, the younger guy, not the head honcho guy.
Oh, not the head guy.
There was a thing last week where he was getting absolutely grilled about something.
The guy that was fucking up and
I think he was a throwaway character.
He had like 7 different ideas for why his sector wasn't doing well. I don't know who that was.
Think so.
But I think his only purpose was for the boss to yell at.
Because he was like, he was like, oh yeah, I want all this done by tomorrow. I was like, yeah, okay, no problem. I want to know about him. He's too fucking quiet, too observant, and too eager to please. Like, doesn't argue back at all. Like
like Elvis said, just to show the boss kind of taking care of shit.
I don't know, man. Like, if you think about it, everyone at that table argues back. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Everyone at that table bickers. He doesn't say a fucking word. It's like he's trying to play it too cool. He's trying to go buy the book. Like he's fucking hiding.
He's a perfect Imperial.
I think he's the perfect fucking spy, personally. But it could be Deidre. I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be her, personally. I did like though the old guy. He's been through fucking everything: Clone Wars, Rebels. Fucking I didn't even make that connection. I thought that's cool.
I love the fact that it's almost like he was asleep at the table, and she stops talking. Yeah, I'm listening.
And we see him in live action for the first time. You're like, that's who that is. Cool.
Well, he was also in A New Hope, but
technically,
can't really count that.
That's like Rex being in.
That was retconned. Hey, we got a guy with a mustache and a white suit. That's him. I think it was even more than the Rex, though, because they kind of included it in novelizations and things. But yeah,
he was in the first Death Star, apparently, says Matt. Yeah, I mean, not really much more to say on Andor, to be honest. Again, it's progressing slowly, like we thought it would. The next episode, number 9. This will be the 3rd.
He's getting broken out of prison. I feel it.
Yeah, he has to, really, because they've been doing this, haven't they? They've been doing it in 3s.
Yeah.
We said this weeks ago. It's been 3s, 3. So it's got to be really breakout next one, and then on to the last three with a big cliffhanger crescendo, setting up for season 2, which we know we're getting. So Tetra is Cal Kestis in disguise. You guys are not going to let that go, are you?
All right, let's pretend you guys are Andor for a minute, and you're in prison, and you have to break out. How would you do it?
Huh? No idea.
I mean, honestly, got to do something with getting the boots or getting some kind of cover for your feet, so the guards don't realize it, or
that's why they don't have shoes. Okay.
I think so. The guards only come to collect the dead, right?
Yep.
So how do you let the guards think you're dead? Right? How do you become a body to be taken out?
You gotta be laying on.
That's my thought.
I mean, to me, I think the easiest way is you call Cal Kestis and you get him to come break your ass out.
Really, dude? Really?
I don't.
Well, I mean, it could be honestly could be something as simple as Saul Guerrera comes to rescue somebody else who's in that prison and just manages to pick him up at the same time.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a little too convenient, but it could happen.
I mean, I think it would. I think, Saul Guerrera's now been introduced. I think it's perfect. And it's something that him and his crazy guerrilla warfare style of fucking army would do.
Yeah, are they making something that the rebellion needs at that, whatever that is that they're constructing? Is that something the rebellion needs and he decides that's an easy hit?
Yeah. It's something that they would do, and I think that's where it's going to go. I think they're going to find out he's in prison. They're going to find out where he is. And we're going to have a fucking mental episode next week with a lot of shit going down.
Now, if I was Andor, I would start digging a hole behind the plate, like really slowly. And then, as you go, you kind of Shawshank Redemption your ass out of there. He's got 2,000-something days.
Yeah, underwater, dude.
Put it all in the razor, and...
Great Escape style, pockets of dirt falling out your fucking trouser leg, Yeah, no, I think Saul Guerrera's team. I am so fucking tired, guys. I think they are going to have a major part to play in breaking him out. The question is, though, before we leave Andor,
no one knows where he is. Saw definitely doesn't know where he is.
They're gonna fucking find out.
Even if Luthen finds out where he is, you think he's gonna go back to Saw and say, "Can you help me break him out of prison?" I
think it's more of a random kind of Saw's going for somebody else there that maybe is on his table, even or going for a part there.
This show has been written so well so far. I don't think it's going to be just hey, we happen to randomly be here for this guy. Let's bring you too. I don't know. That seems kind of cheap. We'll see. I
don't know, man. I just kind of think it's quite kind of perfect that he's been introduced at this stage of the series, and we know from Rogue One that his guys are fucking nuts.
Yeah, I gotta look up this Anto Krieger person. I don't remember who that is.
I feel like if they were going to have an escape, they would have set up some point of it in this episode with one of the table mates saying something or you see another failed attempt at an escape. I think they would have kind of introduced that.
And perhaps it's difficult to really try and estimate where this whole series is actually going, because I don't really think anyone's been 100% right as of yet. But what Matt's saying, Saw is fucking insane. They don't give a fuck. They do not care whether they live or fucking. They're just fucking nuts, And Matt actually sums him up perfectly. He is an agent of chaos. That is the perfect way to sum up Saw Gerrera. Wherever he is, chaos ensues. You know, I just don't think anyone's really had a proper handle on this series yet. You know, we've theorized, we've talked what could happen, what might happen, and we've not got it right. You know, it's a really, really well written, well thought out series in terms of the visuals are awesome, the storyline is great, the audience interaction in terms of the way that the show makes you feel is perfect. You know, like just reading what people were saying about it today, I fucking felt it. I'm going to watch it tomorrow, and I know fine well I'm going to feel trapped, I'm going to feel helpless, I'm going to feel anxious, I'm going to feel all sorts of fucking ways. You know, I'm glad that it's slow. I'm glad that it's like, you know, a proper 12-part series where it might frustrate you at times, but it's not like, dare I say it, the Bad Batch, you know, where it was just like, really, again, this shit. It's so much better. What's up, Jess?
Well, and what's really funny is the Bad Batch plot-wise is very similar to the first season of The Mandalorian, because they were the same episode over and over and over and over again, but people don't give the first season of The Mandalorian hell like they do the Bad Batch, and I don't blame them, because the Bad Batch is much worse than...
People don't give hell to The Mandalorian because of Grogu, and that's it.
No.
Let's be honest.
Season 2 Grogu out of the first season
was so much fucking better, right? Was season 1 of The Mandalorian a great hit? No, it wasn't. It was good. It was really good. It introduced.
It was really good at the time, and then when season 2 hit, that hit harder. So now we think season 1 isn't as good, but realistically, season 1 was fucking amazing.
Yeah, because it was the first time we were introduced to Mandalorian culture, really. Other than
it was amazing. Yeah. It's just season 2 was like, holy fuck, you know. Yeah. And I'm hoping season 3 does the same thing.
So speaking of new things, I think it's time that we discuss this.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Still got one episode to watch.
Still have one to watch?
I just stop at one left. They're like 12 minutes long.
Yeah, because I've worked the last 9 days straight. Yeah, it's been a shit schedule at work. So,
is it just the last one you've got to watch?
Yeah, that's it. I could probably sit here and watch it right now.
Oh, do it. It's like 10 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna mute and I'm gonna watch it while y'all talk.
Sweet.
Well, there's only one thing that happens in that episode that we shouldn't talk about then, but otherwise everything else is it's fair game.
Well, we'll run through one through. In fact, what we'll do is we'll run through Dooku's arc first, and then we'll run through.
Because he hasn't seen the last episode.
Because he ain't seen the last episode yet, right? And Ahsoka's was the last episode, so we'll run through Dooku first, right? That show went Harvard had no business to.
Yeah, for real.
Like, when I found out that these were going to be 6 short story episodes, right? I had something in mind like Visions, where it was completely different stories, but it wasn't. It was really...
That's what I thought too. I thought these were going to be 6 different Jedi tales.
But it was really 2 tales spread out across 3 episodes each, with slight time jumps in them, you know? And the way they done it was perfect. Dooku's one. Let's discuss Dooku's. Like, the first one, we see him and young Qui-Gon.
Mm-hmm. Padawan Qui-Gon.
Padawan Qui-Gon. Which, by the way, Jesse informed me tonight he was voiced by Liam Neeson's son.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Who I thought sounded very Obi-Wan-esque.
Yeah, he had a higher voice.
But Master, like, really, really kind of higher voice, right?
But you can't be mad because it's Liam Neeson's son.
Oh, you can't be mad. Exactly. You cannot be mad, right? You can kind of see where... Not kinda. You can see the reason as to why Dooku went the way that he did.
Dude, Dooku's got a way better reason to join the dark side than Anakin does. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Like way more justified.
You know, because all he was doing was repeatedly seeing, you know, the failure of the Republic.
Yeah, even and Yaddle agreed too. Yaddle left the order or left the council.
Yeah,
cool.
she gave us the up eventually.
By the way, whoever's theory it was that Yaddle saved Grogu from the temple, that theory's dead.
Literally dead.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, because Yaddle's been gone. We only saw Yaddle in episode 1, so it makes sense.
Uh-oh. Matt is waiting for a Jedi Dooku font, dude.
I already got it, dude.
Yeah, he does.
I'm working on Ahsoka right now.
And FYI, it sounds fucking great.
Yeah, I'm already done with Dooku, I'm done with Yaddle, and I'm done with young Qui-Gon. Now I'm on Ahsoka, and then I'll be doing the Inquisitor.
I'm curious to know what hums they are.
Dooku's is the same.
Is it?
Yeah. Qui-Gon's is...
Everyone's ignitions in Tales of the Jedi seem very quick.
Very punchy. Well, Yaddle doesn't even have an ignition, so it just starts swinging. That's it. Yaddle's is pretty unique. It's just pitched up Jedi sounds. Who else? Qui-Gon is episode 4 Vader hum, like A New Hope, and then the swings are all Obi-Wan from the series, and the ignition is from Vader Immortal, and a lot of the stuff is from Vader Immortal. The swings, really? Dooku's heavy swings are pitched down Vader. Who else was cool? Ahsoka, I just realized, was a Graflex hum. It at least in the beginning, and then she's got Vader swings, but then later she has like prequel sounds, and then fucking Dooku. His saber sounds are straight up Attack of the Clones when he fights Yaddle, which is cool, but the sounds from earlier on are way cooler, like with the deeper swings and stuff. Yeah. So.
And
y'all see who voiced Yaddle? Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Sorry.
And the fight between Dooku and Yaddle is the exact same room that he fights Anakin in? No, that was Geonosis. Never mind.
Yeah,
it's in.
That's the same place where like he meets.
That's where he flies to after fighting Anakin.
Yeah, after fighting Anakin in Attack of Clones. Yeah.
So like now, when you see that at the end of Attack of the Clones, you're like, shit.
Oh, I do right away when he was flying in Coruscant, and I was like, oh, we're about to go see the Emperor.
Yep. Yeah. But now when you watch Attack of the Clones and see the end of it, you're looking at that, you go, yep, some shit went down in there.
Oh yeah.
But I'll tell you what was really interesting, right? And it kind of really showed you exactly the extent to the double life that he led, right? Was before him and Yaddle were there, they were at that tree, right? And at this point, Qui-Gon had just been killed. It was during episode 1, right?
Yeah.
And she was saying, you know, the council's leaving the funerals to take place on Naboo. Palpatine was on Naboo for Qui-Gon's funeral. You know, and he must have left straight from there after Yaddle had been fucking killed and went straight to fucking Naboo. You know, like the extent of the double life that guy fucking led.
Either that or this was set slightly after.
No, this was before, because he literally left. He left that garden and flew.
Yeah. She said it was time to go to the funeral, and then she followed him.
You know, and then we finally figured out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So right when they left there, they went to the funeral.
Yeah.
What you're saying? Nice. Damn.
You know, like the extent of the double life that guy led, man, was fucking boom, 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 boom. You know. Like he was from one you know side to another side just without fucking. It's like literally like, you know, Yaddle's just been fucking killed, and then he's you know, he's on Naboo telling Anakin that he'll watch his career with great interest. You know, it's like, holy fuck. And now we know who deleted Kamino from the archives.
Yeah. I mean, I figured that. It was Dooku.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Filoni thing to answer that when we really didn't need the answer.
Yeah. But I mean, it was cool. If they were ever going to do it, it was this series. So,
yeah.
And straight up, watching Carter get quotes. Yep, I got them already. Did Dooku's pre-on? Yeah, it's the same one from Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
So I don't even have to get it. It's already.
And he deleted it with Sifo Dyas's codes, or he also deleted Sifo Dyas. I didn't quite catch.
Oh, I didn't get that either. Well, he was
Sifo Dyas's code.
Yeah, he was using Sifo Dyas's code to make it look like Sifo Dyas had deleted the information on that.
Was Sifo Dyas on the council?
But he was like well before. He had disappeared before any of this because they addressed that.
It was that like only council members can.
Yeah, I kind of got the feeling that Sifo Dyas was high up because he went like and started this whole thing with the council's approval.
Yeah. Okay. Probably then. Yeah.
Or did he?
No, he didn't.
No,
he did.
Oh no, yeah, he did it in secret. Sorry, he did it in secret. But
was it actually Sifo
he either
Dyas
disappeared because Palpatine disappeared him, or he was in cahoots with Palpatine.
So Sifo Dyas is imprisoned by the Pike, if I'm not mistaken, and he was still alive in the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah. Was it actually Sifo Dyas that went, or was it Dooku posing,
pretending to be
Sifo Dyas?
Well, I think it was Dooku because Dooku's the one that found Jango.
Yes.
I think Sifo Dyas was like disagreed with Dooku or something, and so he was taken care of and imprisoned, but Dooku still did everything under the name of Sifo Dyas or something like that. I'm gonna have to rewatch that episode of Clone Wars now.
Yeah.
You know, like I loved how these three shorts kind of really not just gave us an insight into Dooku as a Jedi, but also tied some things up as well from the movies. You know, because it all makes fucking complete sense. You know, and like I love how Filoni is just came up with this. You know. Like he almost feels an obligation to fill in these little gaps.
The thing that I found really interesting was, so in Darth Plagueis, it talks about Sidious sending Maul to kill Qui-Gon. You know, he wasn't sent to Tatooine about a kid or the Chosen One, or they didn't know anything about Anakin at this point. They thought Qui-Gon was the threat, so he was sent to kill Qui-Gon. So Dooku's already working with him, and Dooku's like, "Why you got to do my boy like that?" Like, Dooku was pissed off. Like, really, Qui-Gon? You had to do him? Like, come on,
fucking powerful ally, and like,
yeah. And I found that real interesting because as thinking of like Dave Filoni, he's just sitting there stewing on this for years, thinking, well, when did he start working with Sidious? Wouldn't he have been mad about killing Qui-Gon? Like, the gears just start turning, and it turns into this story.
But then it really shows you how ruthless and twisted and evil, and how much of a fucking, let's be honest, genius Palpatine actually is. The way he plays people, and he preys on their emotions. Like, holy fuck.
The other thing to keep in mind,
how good he is.
Keep in mind, Darth Plagueis, I don't think is canon, right? That's it's just a novel outside of canon.
No, I think at this time it's still canon.
Is it still canon?
I think it's still canon right now.
So, Plagueis is still alive during that scene when he's talking about killing Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Plagueis is alive. So Sidious is playing the good guy, he's playing bad guy. He's playing master to Maul, master to Dooku, and apprentice to Plagueis.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like...
Plagueis is alive right up until some point in episode 3.
At the night that he's made Chancellor is the night he kills Plagueis.
Yes.
So when Jar Jar says emergency powers, that's Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
That Plagueis was killed that night.
You know, it's like the guy is a fucking evil genius. You know, Dooku's voice here, subtle changes through the episodes. Did anyone think? Now, obviously, you know this actor is dead. Unfortunately, what an actor, right? But did anyone get hints of Alan Rickman?
Yes, I totally heard Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Yes, and I
heard. I was like, wait a minute.
But that one's dead, and Christopher isn't, right?
Christopher Lee's dead now. Yeah,
Christopher Lee's dead too.
Oh yeah, he died like 10 years ago.
Oh, is he? Okay. So Alan Rickman was alive longer then, but they're both dead. Yeah, no, I totally heard Alan Rickman.
Turn to page 794. Like,
I almost even looked it up, and then I was like, oh wait, didn't he die like 2 years ago?
Plagueis book is no longer canon; it's Legends now. I thought it was still canon, Matt. What made it? What made it Legends?
The purchase of Star Wars by Disney would be my guess.
No,
because
the Plagueis book only came out in 16. I'm sure.
Okay. And it never was, but I really like that story. But yeah, no, I thought all the voices were really good. One voice that I was really intrigued by was the episode that Tim's watching right now, so I can't talk about it yet. Have you gotten to the bad guy yet?
You talking to me?
I was talking to Tim.
Okay.
I'm talking to me.
Yeah. No, I just finished it. So we can call that one, you can call me Fulcrum.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I like the Inquisitor in that episode. I was like, oh my god, it's Plo Koon's voice. What the hell? Is Plo Koon the guy in the mask? What's going on right now? And I looked it up, and it's not the same voice as Plo Koon, but it sounded a lot like him.
I like that his mask almost looked like an acolyte mask. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. He the person that voiced that is the prison guard from Shawshank Redemption. You know, the guy with the big chin that kills people.
Oh yeah. Clancy,
the main guard. Yeah,
Highlander, the Cregan or whatever from Highlander.
Yeah, he's the one that did the voice for the Inquisitor. But I heard that voice and I was like, "That's Plo Koon's voice." And he's like, "Ahsoka Tano, could it be?" And I was like, "Oh my god, it's Plo Koon! What the hell?"
Filoni.
Yeah.
You know what? Matt's right. It was re-released this year. It's now Legends. Yeah.
Well, that means Plagueis could have been dead already. Who knows?
That fucking sucks. Come on. They really need to stop doing this. Like, this is now, it's getting beyond a fucking joke now, let's be honest.
I mean, to me, basically, canon is all the cartoons, all the movies, and any books that came out after Disney purchased. That's what they consider canon now.
Yeah, but they write out those comic books and books. Like, if something else comes up in live action, it takes priority.
Yeah, it's like what,
like the Yoda saber and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
you know. So comic books, they'll be canon until they're not.
Jesse.
What?
Juan.
Huh?
Juan.
What?
Juan has already dropped the font. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Oh,
Dude.
nice.
The dude's fast. I'll give him that.
Yeah, quite.
Because I had somebody else do quotes for me, and I'm still fucking struggling.
So yeah, Ahsoka's 3 then. Like the first
She's
one,
a pretty cute baby.
Cute baby.
Yeah, I love how the white coloring grows as they grow. You know, you see
Yeah,
each
right.
one with the kind of dots.
I thought the tiger wasn't animated very well. Everything else was animated great. I just thought the tiger looked like it was from a
Looked a bit
computer
weird,
game.
right? That was a nice story. Don't get me wrong. Like showing her culture, her village, you know, our family, our background. You
Yeah, I
know,
was throwing
it was nice. I would rather have had something else.
Yeah, the second one was awesome because it showed how that specific training that Anakin like forced her through saved her fucking life.
Yes.
You know, that was cool.
And I love how it takes you straight into the last episode of Clone Wars.
Yeah, here we go.
Coming in because like
Do you think it was cool that she couldn't beat it until she had 2 lightsabers?
yeah,
I thought that was kind of neat too.
you know, it's again going back and connecting up dots and just giving us a little bit more from like, you know, stories and scenes that we all love, you know, like the that last episode of Clone Wars is like undoubtedly not just mine, but I'd imagine a lot of people's favorite. And getting to see what was going on at the other side of the door and the training that Anakin forced her through and you know, and how that was all connected to her survival story.
I also thought it was cute that Jesse was the first one to shoot her.
Yes. Yep.
And Jesse's the one
Sorry.
that, you know, fighting against her in the last episode of Clone Wars too.
Sorry, Commander. Like fucking brilliant, fucking amazing, right? And then fucking finding this one hit me really in the fucking feels, right? Finding out that she was at Padme's funeral.
Yeah.
session.
She was my friend.
Yeah, that got me in the feels, man. Like that, I was like, oh. According to new canon, Palpy killed Plagueis shortly before Phantom Menace. That would make more sense. Agreed. That would make more sense. But yeah, no, having her there on Naboo, you know, and then being not confronted by Bail Organa. And of course, it's fucking Bail Organa. He's fucking everywhere, right? But you know, it's not safe. You can't be here. Take this if you ever need anything. You know, like we're really seeing what a friend he was to the Jedi. What a massive part of the rebellion. You know, and then obviously we come to the last one, the one that Tim's just watched. And she's just farming, you know. She's just living a regular life, and
Did you catch the little Easter egg of her name, the name she was going by? It
What was the name?
Ahsoka, which was the original name that she was before they named her Ahsoka. He had named her that.
Sasha, yeah.
But it kind of reminded me of Obi-Wan slicing up the sand whale, like just trying to do a normal gig and not be noticed and keep his head down.
Which is what you would do, right? Like,
I mean, because it's the same time. If you
It's
think
about
about
the
it.
same time. Yeah.
Because Obi-Wan was 5 years after Revenge of the Sith, right?
10.
10, yeah.
Yeah.
it's
So
about
how
the
many
same.
years do you think between Padme's funeral and the time her coming back to fight again? That's got to be roughly 10 years, I would think.
Well, I mean, this is we're
Right
talking
before
we're,
Rebels.
we're now in the realm at that point. We're now kind of in the realm of Rebels or thereabouts.
Yeah, so maybe 15 years.
But at the same time, though, that Inquisitor, we've never seen him before.
That's what Cal Kestis did too.
That's what Cal Kestis did to Hybrid. Nobody would think to look exactly. That was like the fucking protocol, right?
Yeah, I thought the Inquisitor was kind of a bold character to do with such a ornate mask. Because it's a throwaway character, you have to kill him, right? So, how and is this like first brother? Like, I mean, who is this Inquisitor?
Chris, damn it, boy! So I'm only joking.
What's up, Chris? Get
all
your
good,
goof
bro.
ass in here.
Chris, get your fat ass back here. We were talking about this before the live. Like, was he the first Inquisitor, just called the Inquisitor?
Yeah, I don't know. We need to watch it with subtitles on.
Are we a bit further on, and he's just an Inquisitor?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's got to be. He's got to be one of the first ones.
If he's one of the first ones, we're talking 5 years, 5 to 7 years maximum after episode 3.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Ahsoka doesn't even look that much older.
She looks exactly like how she does in last season of Clone Wars.
Yeah. So perhaps it's even less time. Maybe it's only even a couple years after. Because we really don't know exactly when Vader started.
Yeah.
Having and using Inquisitors, right?
Well, she doesn't. Does she know? She doesn't know Anakin's Vader until she sees him for the first time, right? She feels
that
him?
was when she realized it. She felt his presence when they were in the ship.
Yep.
Well, even when she breaks the mask open and she sees his face for the first time, even at that point, she's like, Anakin? Like, she seems surprised.
No, because Bale said something.
Are you ready to get back into the fight?
No, didn't Bale say something on Naboo? I'm sure she knows that he's Vader. But it was just the shock of seeing his face.
No,
I think that was
what did
more
Bale
just
say?
you're a Jedi. Everybody knows you're a Jedi. You don't need to be here.
Yeah.
I don't remember him bringing up Vader.
I'm sure there's something was said, because in that episode of Rebels,
Bail Organa wouldn't even know who Vader is at that funeral.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Nobody except
Reva
for,
knows. That's
Reva.
it.
Reva, that's it. She knows.
yeah, Reva, yeah.
Obi-Wan doesn't even know. Yeah,
He's on
Clancy
Rebels.
Brown is just listed as Inquisitor, not as, at least that's on IMDb. So
Okay. So
because
he might be the first.
in Rebels, like, she said something along the lines of, and I'm not paraphrasing, but along the lines of, I was hoping the stories I heard weren't true. Like, my master could never be so vile or something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know. But seeing her story kind of come full circle like that, seeing her take down the Inquisitor the way she did.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, she was just like, I don't need a lightsaber. Come at me. It's really funny because I did the exact same thing with my son last night. He and I were dueling in the living room, and I had dropped my lightsaber, and I was like, "Whatever, kid, bring it on!" And he swinged at me, and I dodged it, and he swung at me again. I dodged, and I grab his hand, and then I turn around, hit him in the head. And I was like, "See, I don't even need one."
I don't know why more of them don't turn off the other person's lightsaber in the fight. I mean, that just seems like a... Or
also the first
when they're clashing blades, your clashing blades just de-ignite your lightsaber, pass it through, and reignite it. That seems like something I do.
Yeah, but if you do that, then the other blade's going to hit you.
Yes.
So, but it's a question that's been asked for many years. Why just not turn the other one's lightsaber off?
Use the Force.
But I was saying to Jesse beforehand as well, I think the biggest thing for me is now we know where she got the 2 Kyber crystals from. To purify them white.
Yeah.
I thought they were Asura's Ventresses.
Well, if it was in a book, not anymore.
It wasn't a
pretty
comment.
obvious. It's pretty obvious now that she's taken.
I can't say her name. Ventress, her like snake looking lightsaber that connected. I thought she used those, but maybe I'm thinking that from a book or something. I don't remember now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Ventress dies in a book, so.
Well, this was way after Ventress, though, right? Because Ventress was Clone War.
Yeah, she's already dead, technically.
So this is way after, man. Like, so.
Although she's a witch, so you never know. You know,
yeah.
she could still be alive.
And it was a book, so.
You know, so I mean, personally, I think it's
I love a live action Ventress. That'd be sick.
Live action Ventress would be fucking awesome,
right?
Well, yeah, Barriss Offee stole those. Remember?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Cornhorn did that in New Jedi Order books against Fong and sparring. And that's Margie. Matt has got some fucking legit fucking knowledge on him, mate. But no, I love that, you know, because that's kind of where you automatically go to and think that's where she got the kyber crystals from, and that explains now where the white crystals came from because she purified them and they turned white.
What hum is that Inquisitor?
It's 90% Kylo and then 10%.
It sounded unstable.
Yeah, it's unstable. But if you hear it, if you listen without the music, it has a little bit of like the regular Inquisitor, like the ringing sound in it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do it just because, but it's really not that different. It's mostly Kylo, but the swings are pretty cool. He only swings it like 6
2 or 3 times.
Yeah. That was cool. You know when they brought Ahsoka into Mandalorian, how many times Dave Filoni was like, "Where's Ahsoka been this whole time, dude?" And he's like, "I'll show them."
I think we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg with Ahsoka. Like, if you think about all the content that we've had over the last, let's say, 5 years, one real constant has been Ahsoka. Maybe Luke as well, but Ahsoka.
Yeah.
You know, Clone Wars, obviously Mando.
Ahsoka's like almost the main character of Star Wars now.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy because it's a character that wasn't created by Lucas. You know, it's completely created by Filoni, and that's awesome.
Any idea how many fucking girls were dressed as Ahsoka 2 weeks ago at that con?
Yeah.
It was fucking ridiculous, man. Every time you turn round, there's another Ahsoka. There's another Ahsoka. There's another Ahsoka. You know, it was almost like it was too much. But she is one of those characters where there's this kind of shroud of mystique that surrounds her because she was Anakin's apprentice. You know, and the story that she follows is probably, in my opinion, the best individual story in the whole franchise. Whether he meant to create that or not, I don't know. But I think Ahsoka's story is the best individual story in the whole. So far. We still have the fucking. When's Ahsoka out? Next year?
Yeah, 23.
It's probably going to be September, isn't it? August, September, maybe October. You know?
I just got my little Ahsoka last week.
Do I have that one?
It was like $6 on Amazon. I was like, all right, I'll get that.
Is that the lightsaber one?
Yeah. They're clear.
Yeah.
I got a little Ahsoka.
I think it's that one. Yeah, proper Ahsoka figure. Season 2, Quinlan Voss. Yeah, I would love to see another season of these tales, just telling more stories of other. I'd love a Yoda background one, you know, like a Yoda chronicle.
Yeah, I'd love somebody to explain why Yoda talks like he does, because I thought they would all talk like that.
Right? Yeah.
Fucking Yaddle.
That means Grogu's gonna have a normal voice. Weird.
Yaddle was talking.
Yeah, well, that would be awesome if, like, all of a sudden this season he starts talking and talks real talk.
Yeah,
fucking
except
Yaddle.
it's just one-liners because he's listening to Din Djarin this whole time. So
Yes,
it's all just
this is the way.
dark one-liners.
I'm sure there'll be flashbacks in her show too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
going to show some Clone Wars stuff because Anakin's, Hayden Christensen's in it. They've got to show some Clone Wars stuff.
And
I'm just
I
trying
mean,
to think.
what about Force Ghost? It's possible.
Yeah, it could be a Force Ghost too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, could you imagine getting an actual Anakin Force Ghost?
I just kind of feel like this whole Dave was honing his live action directing skills in Mandalorian just to be able to present live action Clone Wars in all its glory. I think that's what all this is building towards.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I understand about the timeline and the Ahsoka show is because all three movies take place between the last time we see Ahsoka and current Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of years. Like
that's 30 years.
Sabine and Hera would also be, much older than we saw in Rebels. So and the actress that they got for Sabine, I'm like, is she too young to be Sabine?
No, because you're talking end of Rebels was really right at the beginning of New Hope, right?
Yeah, so call it
So
one
you're talking
DBY or something.
5 years. That's from New Hope to Jedi. You're talking 5 years, and this happened then another 5. Yeah, so 10 years because this is 5 years after Jedi.
But are we assuming just because
Jedi's not only 5 years, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Think about Luke. Think about what Luke looks like, man.
No, he became a Jedi Knight in 5 years.
He was a Jedi Knight technically in Jedi because he went back to Yoda and Yoda's like, "Hey, you didn't need more training." So he was. Yeah, this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. The Mandoverse.
So wait a minute, actually. Wait a minute. Fucking hold up. We're assuming
Ahsoka, we're assuming, is taking place in Mandoverse time, but it could happen in any time.
It can't. It fucking can't because she asked the fucking.
She asked about Thrawn. Yeah.
She asked about Thrawn.
Yeah,
and that's why it
definitely-
has to be Mando time, right? So no,
There's
you're
only-
right.
It's
You're
Mando.
right.
It's 9 ABY in Mando,
Yeah,
which is
so that's
only
4
9 years after. Wow.
So they can
So it's
they'll
like-
all be, a little bit older, but I mean,
Yeah.
how do you show the age of a cartoon to a live action?
Yeah. So
That's interesting.
it'll work. It'll work. I just kind of wonder, really, though,
I just hope they do live action Chopper well.
They will.
oh,
They have
they
to.
will, man. There was
I mean,
there was a chopper
they're doing
that-
droids. Nobody has
Great.
complained about any of the new droids that they've released. They've all been really good. So I
Chopper
don't
was
see
kind of a different character.
Chopper's my favorite of all of the sassy droids. He's a mass murdering, every different paint job. He looked flashier. Never, I thought for sure Ezra was going to win that little bastard over, and he never did. Chopper is honorary, and he's R2D2 with an attitude. He's ghetto R2D2, man. That dude is awesome.
No,
I
he
saw-
really is.
I saw a meme recently. I forget what episode and what droid it was, but Chopper knocks a droid down this pit, and
Yes.
they did a meme that it was like 300, so it was like, "This is Sparta," only it says, "This is Lothal," and it's him knocking the droid in the pit.
So that's a question. In the first Ahsoka episode, were those Loth cats that we saw? That the lady
Yep.
was, Loth dogs?
No, yeah, they reminded me a lot of Loth cats, but those
But they
were
were
like
they
dogs.
seemed like they were puppies. So
Yeah.
it felt like they were, but they wouldn't be Loth because that I assume that
They're
was
not
from
on the
Loth.
ball,
Yeah.
Yeah, they were very reminiscent of Loth cats, though.
That's what I thought as well. I was like, wait a minute here.
But they seem more puppyish, yeah.
Yeah, they seemed
seem
puppy.
like dogs.
They were barking.
I think the Ahsoka show.
And I've said
So
before,
I'm-
Rebels is my favorite Star Wars. So if Ahsoka is just a continuation of Rebels, I am fucking all in
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be. We know that we've got Sabine, we've got Hera. You know, we're gonna have to drop her.
We've got
an Ezra. We've got Thrawn. So it really is. It's Rebels season 5, but live
think we'll
action.
get the space whales.
What?
Yeah.
What if?
No, I think we have to.
Yeah.
What if we have a flashback and we get live action Kanan? And what if it's Freddie Prinze Jr.?
He could do it. He could do it.
If they did, I'd just be like, "That's right."
Let's go.
Just have him do the rant about, you don't fucking know Star Wars because George Lucas told me.
I mean, fucking hell, man. Actually thinking about it now, yeah, the possibility of getting an Anakin Force Ghost talking, it makes complete fucking sense.
Well, the problem is there's no Anakin Force Ghost in the sequels. And if you ever needed a Force Ghost Anakin somewhere, it would have been in the sequels.
You need to show up to Kylo and say, "Chill, dude."
So if anything, if they make him a Force Ghost in Ahsoka, there's going to be some reason he's not a Force Ghost in the sequels that we see in Ahsoka.
That's like Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon wasn't Force Ghost until Obi-Wan.
Until he is now.
Everything's canon until they de-canon themselves.
Maybe it's only people they have connections. Well, maybe it's only people they have connections with.
Yeah,
which is why Qui-Gon wouldn't have showed up to Luke because he didn't know Luke.
But Anakin doesn't have a connection to Luke. I mean, other than being his dad. That's not much.
I mean, technically, he was Darth Vader, and they had that connection there, so he was still Anakin there.
And then when he came back as Anakin right before he died.
Yeah, so
they had that.
Well, technically, he saved him. So
if it is going to happen, because obviously we've seen with The Force Awakens, the possibility of this Anakin Vader hybrid fucking Force Ghost, which, by the way, the concept art for was fucking awesome, right? Did it make sense? Absolutely not. But the concept art was great. I would love to see it. I would love to see Hayden talking to Rosario Dawson, Anakin, and Ahsoka. It would break hearts. It really would. I mean, no Hayden's going to be in it, so we're going to get flashbacks, or we could get Force Ghost, or we could. Do you think we could even flash back to the battle in the Sith Temple? You know what? In what way are we going to flash back and get Hayden in Clone Wars armor?
Yes, that's what I want to see.
Like the fucking. I mean, honestly, I am more stoked and excited for this show than I have been for anything, including the fucking sequel trilogy, including Kenobi. Yeah.
I feel bad for Matt Latner and what's her name, Ashley Eccleston or something.
Eckstein.
That's Eckstein.
Yeah.
Like
Eckstein.
Like when Rosario Dawson says on Instagram, whatever, "Hey, Sky Guy," they know. I would think that Ashley and Matt are like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about? You don't know each other." Like,
we're the OGs, bitch.
Like, we know each other. You guys don't know each other.
They're cashing their checks at Comic-Con around the country, man.
I think Rosario Dawson is probably the better live-action Ahsoka.
I agree.
But I think Ashley Eckstein would deserve it more.
She is.
Like, you know.
Yeah, her voice is Ahsoka
At least,
to me.
Right? Well, it is, yeah. But I really do like Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, no,
especially old Ahsoka.
She makes a great on-screen Ahsoka. Yeah,
adult. Yeah.
I think she suits it more. I think Ashley obviously had that long-standing relationship with the character. She voiced her for years, right?
Oh, she still is.
I get it. I fucking get it, and she will always be Ahsoka, right? She always will be. She will always be the Ahsoka. But Rosario Dawson just suits the visual better for the character at that age.
Yeah.
How
old is Ashley Eckstein?
She must be in her 40s by now.
Yeah, she's in her 40s.
Really?
She's gotta be in her 40s.
Yeah.
Well, then she fits the fucking age then. How? Because
isn't Rosario Dawson in her 50s though?
She's got to be close to 50 because she's like my age.
Rosario
is
Yeah, she's
43.
Damn.
Oh,
How old is
Sorry, Rosario. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, I thought she was.
43.
Ashley is 41. Wow. Okay.
Huh.
Fair enough. Ashley,
Yeah, but
Ashley could have totally
here's
done
the
it.
thing. Here's the thing. Ashley is real baby faced.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She looks
She's
a
real.
lot longer than she really is. Yeah.
She looks probably early 30s, even now,
Yeah.
right? She's real baby faced. Rosario looks a little bit
More mature.
mature. I was going to say aged, and I thought I better not say that. She looks more mature, a bit older, you know. I just think she suits it. But she's on top of that.
They did a good job. Everything's good the way it is.
Yeah. And I'm glad that when they go and do something like Tales of the Jedi, we're getting, Matt Latner, we're getting Ashley,
We're getting
what's his name doing Obi-Wan, Taylor Arnold something.
Yeah.
You could give me
dude, I was thinking it this whole time, Matt. This whole time we're talking about Rosario being Ahsoka. I'm like, all I can think is that's the lady that did the ass to mouth thing. Like, it's going through my head this whole time.
Yeah.
She was in Men in Black as well, right?
Yeah. You could give me a Tales from the
Netflix
Jedi
shows.
once a year, and I would watch it and love it. 6 little shorts that kind of delve into because that was really fan service. But I love that just as much as I love Andor. I love that too.
Yeah. I'm surprised, however, though, that they got Liam Neeson back to voice Qui-Gon, but they didn't get Sam Jackson to do Windu.
Well, they had Sam Jackson.
He did
do
some
one
Clone Wars.
episode, if I remember right.
Was it one?
But then it was a different actor doing it the rest of the time, and I think they used that same that same actor to do the voice of Mace Windu.
Yeah, 'cause it's still the Clone Wars voice.
So
Yeah.
and did Liam Neeson do the voice in Clone Wars?
Yes, he did.
I thought he did.
Has he always done Qui-Gon whenever they asked?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Qui-Gon was dead in Clone Wars.
Yeah, but you can see his Force Ghost.
He has lines in Clone Wars, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did.
So other than Sam Jackson doing one episode, all the people that normally voice the characters in cartoons are the same people that voice the characters, which is something I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Well, Ashley Eckstein was back to do Ahsoka.
I thought that's
You
what I
know.
was saying.
Sam Latner, is it?
Matt Latner and
Matt
James
Latner, sorry.
Arnold Taylor.
I'm getting Matt Latner and Sam Witwer mixed up. Matt Latner was back to do Anakin for these ones as well. So like,
and the actor that does Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm. For a couple lines.
Yeah. Right on time. Thought it was late. That's what I mean. How's the joke go? I forget.
I loved that one. That was great. This was like, sorry I'm late. No, you're right on time. It's fucking like, it's like Jesse. Sorry I'm late. No, you're right on time. It's when we expected you. Let's be honest, like, yesterday, Andor was completely overshadowed by these 6 episodes of Tales. They were great, they were perfect, they were amazing.
Just wait, we'll see that Inquisitor mask in Luthen's lair in the next episode.
Yo, how fucking nuts would that be if that happened, right?
I watched Andor first, to be honest.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched Andor first.
But
I
that's
watched Tales
also
first.
because my wife and I are watching that together, so I knew I could sit down and watch with her. She didn't give a shit about cartoons.
I was gonna wait, so I started. I'm sorry, Sam.
No, I'm just saying. I jumped into bed last night. Like, it was like 10 p.m., 10:30, and I was going to put on Andor, and then Louise was like, "Oh, can we watch Tales of the Jedi?" And I'm like, "Yes, we can, my little Padawan. Of course, let's do it." And I love it with Louise now, like, because Louise was never a Star Wars. Like, her dad's a Star Wars fan, right? And what her sister likes sci-fi and stuff, but Louise was never one for sci-fi as such, right? And I love it now. she's like, she connects all the fucking dots, and she's actually getting emotionally involved. Like
Grogu got my wife into Star Wars.
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, she wouldn't watch. She'd watch them begrudgingly with me, but now she watches it and really kind of gets into it.
Because she gets it, like she understands, right? It's the same with Lou. You know, she understands, she remembers stuff, she's connecting the dots, and she's emotionally invested in it now. You know.
Yeah, I got her to watch Rogue One with me before Andor started. It was nice. She had forgotten she'd seen it, so I told her she hadn't seen it. About halfway through, she remembered she saw it, but then still watched the rest of it.
You know, it's real nice. You know, and I think now as well, because of this, she wanted to come and do Celebration with me because she knows I really wanted to go and do it and whatnot. Plus, I don't think she trusts me to go a week in London by myself. I wouldn't trust me to go for a week in London by myself, if I'm honest. But now that she is a bit more kind of emotionally invested in it,
Europe's Las Vegas, I hear.
She's really gonna fucking enjoy it, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully the next one's in Orlando.
I would like that. I got 2 minutes into Tales of the Jedi, and then I was like, you know what? I should wait for my son to get home from school, and I should watch it with him because I can't watch Andor with him. And so anyway, I picked him up from school, and I was like, hey, buddy, there's a new Star Wars show that we can watch together. And I told him it was about Ahsoka and Dooku, and he's like, all right, cool. And then later that night, he was hiding his iPad from me, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. I'm like, okay, why are you being sneaky? He's like, I'm not. And so I grabbed the iPad out of his hand. He was halfway through Tales of the Jedi. I'm like, you little shit. I stopped the show so I could watch it with you, and you go and watch it without me? God damn it.
Great, man.
So I watched it last night by myself.
Parenting done correctly, in my opinion. You know? I can't wait for Jax to get to that stage. God, I don't even know what kind of content we will have in 4 years' time. Oh,
well, we only seem to get more per year, so.
Well, that was one. There's some directors doing a Star Wars movie that takes place after The Rise of Skywalker.
So this is interesting. It's going to be Lindelof, who did Lost with J.J. Abrams, is kind of involved in the writing of it. But they had like 10 people that did this sit-down kind of brainstorm, and Filoni was one of them. So they kind of came up with this whole idea for post-sequels featuring, maybe not prominently, but featuring some characters and an expansion of the story, kind of what happened after. So I'm excited that they sat down in a room and kind of came up with an outline with some really smart Star Wars people. And it makes me think maybe they're, going to do it right this time. But I don't know.
But they still have to deal with the story that's already out there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, they've been, whether you like it or not, they've been, sneakily going back and trying to fix certain things using The Mandalorian and Book of Boba and whatnot, right? But that would make sense because obviously we got the report last year that Daisy Ridley had signed on to do a Star Wars movie. And if this one's post Skywalker, then this would be the one. Whether, like Tim said, whether she's going to be a prominent character, the main character, I don't know. However, if Filoni's involved in the writing process,
I think it'd be good.
Do you think that Filoni has kind of, when the sequels were kind of ongoing, do you think he kept himself kind of purposely removed from those because he hadn't done really much live action at that point? It was all animated, but he took the step with The Mandalorian. I think it was at Tim or Elvis said early on to kind of really start his kind of live action career as such, leading up to Ahsoka, and then hopefully leading up to, again, don't know who's going to direct it, but he could be like an executive producer or something on this other one. It feels like he kept himself. It was like something he didn't want to touch. He didn't want to touch live action because he knew, oh, if I fuck that up, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, and he kind of addressed that in some of the behind that little making of the first season of the Mando. But yeah, I think this is all building up to bring in what is his character, to life in live action.
I think we're just getting the start of live action with Dave Filoni. Mm-hmm. I think if there was to ever be another trilogy, which I don't think there will be, but if I ever do well, I don't know, man. They seem to be going down the route of TV shows.
For now, eventually, they will.
Right? If they go into another
Johnson's still making his trilogy. Come on now.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? If they do another trilogy, though, right, it's really it has to be the Filoni trilogy. It has to be start to finish something that he's written. Because this is the problem I have with multiple directors coming in to do. If you look at
I don't even mind multiple directors if you've got a fucking plot. If you have this is what's going to happen in movie 1, movie 2, and movie 3, and they did. Yeah. Or if they did, they didn't tell the other two directors.
No,
that's the problem.
JJ comes out and said that in an interview. It would have been better if we had a plan.
Yeah.
But why didn't
they came up with a timeline and said we're going to give you this one this year, and then this one this year, and then this one this year.
But then why wouldn't AJ fucking turn around and say that before he even done 7?
No, he said that after he did all of them.
Yeah, it was after he came back.
But this is what I'm saying, though, right? If I'm a fucking director and I get approached to do Star Wars, right? The first fucking question to Kathleen Kennedy or whoever it was from Lucasfilm, I'm asking is, okay, what's the plan for this trilogy? What's the start, what's the middle, and what's the end?
When Disney calls and says we'd like you to direct a movie.
Yes.
And it's going to be Star Wars.
When? Yes. When?
I don't think JJ was like, tell me about the plot.
But at the same time, this is the
show me the money.
He just rebooted Star Trek very well, I feel. He didn't need it, but I think it's hard to say no. Absolutely, it's hard to say no when they say, "Hey, we're about to embark on this."
Of course, it's hard to say no, right? And obviously, that's JJ, right? But I mean, if I'm a director and I'm approached and I'm a fucking Star Wars fan, which he confesses to be a huge Star Wars fan, right? If you any sort of fucking care towards the franchise, the first question out of your mouth is, what's the plan for this?
But it's also J.J. Abrams, and J.J. Abrams never finishes anything. So
Star Trek 4,
he got his movie done, and then he didn't care what happened.
See, and again, that's the thing, and it's so surprising that no one in Lucasfilm, out of the thousands of employees and maybe the few dozen that fucking really matter, didn't turn around and go, oh, wait a minute here, we actually don't have a full fucking plan for this trilogy. Maybe we should go and do that first.
Yeah, that just makes you realize that there's idiots like us in every, aspect of every business, and when they get up high, it can be a big problem then.
Yeah, and this is the fucking thing,
But you can't, and I don't think you can blame it on Disney either, because look what they've done with the Marvel universe. You put the right person in charge, and you can get a nice cohesive thing.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige's a fucking god, though, right?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Why didn't he get to make the Star Wars?
I wish he did. I wish he would do something with Star Wars.
He was supposed to, and then it just kind of was another one that fell out.
I would love to see
they stopped letting Kathleen Kennedy announce Star Wars movies. They told her to stop, and that's why they did not announce any movies, because everyone they're announcing is falling by the wayside. The newest one.
Yeah. I did read that, man. Disney have told her to fucking stop announcing shit.
Stop announcing movies.
I think that was the last Eternal Sith or whatever his name is video that I watched. Kevin Feige has just saved Star Wars. I'm like, oh, okay.
Really? That's all bullshit.
I remember him saying that. I was like, all right.
Like,
I don't know.
yeah,
I'm not excited for the movie. I mean, obviously I'll watch it, but I'm not excited for a sequel to the sequels.
yeah.
I'm more excited to see a sequel to Face Off than I am a sequel to the sequels.
I'd rather see
I'd be down to see a sequel.
randomly 100 years past with brand new characters.
I'd be
I
fine
don't need to see
with.
what
I'd be fine with more Ray and shit.
I'll watch it. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
not.
definitely watch it.
I mean,
But I would much rather see like all the fucking Mandalorian characters get together in like a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Just
awesome.
like
If
one
they
big
did
ass
an
movie.
event with
What, like-
all of these TV shows coming together, that
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Yeah.
here's the only problem though, right? With the likes of another movie containing the likes of Rey and going off of that arc, right? Who is the villain? The Emperor is, at this point, surely fucking dead, right?
Somehow, Palpatine
Somehow,
returned.
Like, he was the one pulling the strings all the way along anyway through the sequel, right? It's okay, that makes fucking sense. I mean, as
I don't
another
think it's.
Sith-
I don't. The Sith aren't. That dark side is not going to go away. It's going to find somebody else. So,
Yeah, I think the only thing they could really fucking do at that point then is to have a
Somehow
straight up.
Nuke has returned.
No,
a remnant
no,
of
like-
the Galactic Remnant Empire.
a straight
Somehow
up
Java has
fucking
returned.
The final
situation
order.
where Rey has students and one student fucking turns, and they don't have this almighty
They've created a
First
weapon with
order,
planet-destroying power.
exactly.
Them.
It's just this fucking, not even a cat and mouse chase, but just this. I don't even know.
There we go,
That's
Matt. I'll watch that movie. Finn against Dark Ray. Let's do it. That
Yeah.
one I'll watch.
Roger, what's going on? Roger. Darth Ray. Someone please get Keanu Reeves on fucking board, man. Let's just do it. Like, seriously. Like, we know, right? Revan's fucking canonized again because the whole fucking thing with the on Exegol,
Mm-hmm.
But come on, someone get Keanu Reeves to fucking do. I say this every week now. That dude is fucking primed to play that part.
Now that would be cool. That would be very, very
It
cool.
would be, man. But they need to do it now. Like, that dude is, by the way, looking fucking fabulous. In his 60s, Like, you've seen Keanu. The guy does not fucking age.
He's also like literally the nicest dude in the world.
Oh yeah. The stories you hear about him, like, holy fucking shit. Like, wow. Like, and Matt says, I'm pretty sure he'd do it as well. Like, fuck. It would be perfect. It would be great. But if you look at like his early films, like Speed, for example, with Sandra Bullock, then you go and watch like
He definitely looks younger there.
He does look younger, of course he does. But if you go and watch like Constantine, Devil's Advocate, and then watch John Wick, he doesn't age much, and you're talking nearly 30 years between some of those movies. Like, holy fuck. I think he was asked and he said he would. Oh, you know what? See if they dropped that. Like, see if there was like fucking Celebration and fucking Keanu Reeves came out on stage. I would literally fucking come in my pants. I swear to fucking God. Well, yes. And then they turn around and say he hasn't played Darth Revan, and you're like, really? You've missed a fucking prime opportunity here. Because that's typical Star Wars fashion, right? Will it ever happen? Probably not. But it would be fucking great. I think everyone would. Dude, I'd be gone, man. I'd be like fucking Randy Marsh sat at his PC, man, just fucking the walls dripping.
So going back to Darth Plagueis not being canon anymore, and that being a recent change, weren't they floating around a young Sheev show at one point?
Yeah. Well,
And Tom Hiddleston was even in the the rumors too of playing him.
Wasn't that the predecessor for what became Acolyte?
Maybe, I don't know. I just, the fact that Darth Plagueis, which covers, the young life of Sheev, now not being canon, I wonder if it's to get it out of the way so they can make a show. Like
Tom Hiddleston would be perfect for that.
Well, he's getting kind of old now too, but
no, but I mean at the same time, like he still looks a lot younger than fucking Ian McDermott.
Yeah.
So it would work, right? Like, plus he's already on board with Disney for fucking Marvel, so why not? I mean, how many actors and actresses have we seen now crossing that Disney Marvel divide? It's totally fucking possible. I just
hey, even if they did animated, it would probably be better.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that too.
Like this whole Dooku arc with Tales of Jedi, I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Dude, 10 years ago or whenever Rebels came out, I was not down with that. When the Clone Wars movie was in theaters, before Clone Wars, the animated series, I was like, what's this cartoon shit? And I didn't subscribe to it for a very long time.
I didn't watch them until... I didn't watch Clone Wars until after I watched Rebels.
Yeah, now it's like, I'd rather have the cartoon, It works.
I was just going to say, comment
I
off.
prefer Clone Wars Anakin to Hayden Christensen. I'm sorry. Like, I prefer, Matt Latner's my Anakin.
Clone Wars is what made me like Anakin. I hated Anakin after the prequel series, and Clone Wars fleshed him out and made him a better character for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I completely agree.
I didn't hate him in the prequels. I thought they made him a little whiny adolescent, a little too much. Like they did too good of a job painting that picture.
I feel like Kylo Ren is a better Anakin than Anakin.
Yeah,
it's just
I get that.
Emo Ren.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a better Anakin than Anakin.
Yeah,
than the film Anakin. But again, now when I think of Anakin, I basically encompass all of it into one character, and the good of Clone Wars rubs off on Hayden Christensen's performance, but also Hayden Christensen coming back and what he did in Kenobi kind of, does it too. So,
yeah.
It's definitely an interesting time, but
we're the face in the helmet. It helps pull everything together.
No, that's
still get goosebumps watching that whole fucking scene, man. Like
the emotion in that scene beat what was in that movie in Revenge of the Sith so much.
And Hayden Christensen won the Saturn Award.
Good.
Yeah, I saw that. No idea what the award is, but I did see that on.
Yeah.
So his performance and portrayal of Anakin / Vader in the Kenobi series. So, and you know what? I love that for him because he got so much fucking stick.
Yeah.
Before you get too far, he won a Saturn Award for Best Guest Appearance. So it's not like they were saying, best character or something like that. It was best
way to come back.
He was barely in the show as is.
They're like, best cameo. Here's an award.
Yeah. Most of the suit wasn't even him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had to get somebody taller.
Imagine being told that.
Vader's 6'7". 6'7" or 6'8".
You're not tall enough. Like, damn it, give me stilts.
Yeah.
But I just think we're in a great kind of period for Star Wars, and a lot of whine about it, and it's like, well, you know what, we're getting Star Wars content.
Yeah.
We're getting the most Star Wars content we've ever fucking had. Like, stop complaining. Don't be a whiny little fucking bitch. If you don't like it, that's fine. But just fucking take it, okay? Like, let's be fucking honest. Let's be honest.
I mean, we're used to going decades without Star Wars. Now it's like we have to go 90 days without Star Wars at the longest.
Exactly. And it's okay not to like something, that's fine. But don't be a whiny little fucking bitch about it, jumping on the fucking Reddit going, Oh, no, that wasn't accurate. They missed that. Fucking shut the fuck up. It's really starting to fucking annoy the tits off of me, man. And I have tits. I can fucking say that, right? Anyway, gentlemen, we're going to wrap
I can
up
vouch
here.
for that. I subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Yeah, he does, man. He's liking these B-cups.
I got the lightsaber access. I paid extra for the lightsaber access.
The lightsaber access. It comes with the smooth swing. 60 frames per second smooth swing.
I was gonna share my code with Jesse because I didn't know what the ignition was on that last picture you posted. I was hoping he'd tell me.
Wait, what?
No, we're making bad lightsaber OnlyFans jokes.
Yeah, terrible lightsaber OnlyFans jokes.
Nice.
But that's premium content, says Matt. But yeah, no, I'm going to wrap it up here. I am fucking tired, guys. And I'm up in 7 hours, and I've got a youngster. And I'm back at work on Saturday, so yay, go me.
Way to drive.
I'm glad the new job's working out, though. That's awesome, dude.
I mean, this week's going to be rough. I've got 1 day off, then I'm back in for 4, but then I have 2 off, so it's just the way the whole thing is worked out with coming in, and it is what it is.
Hey, are we doing this Wednesday next week? Because I gotta get with Chris, but apparently my parents are gonna go see a show Wednesday night in Vegas that I've already seen. They're gonna go see Beatles Love, and I thought, I wonder if I can get with Chris and maybe we can do the show, the Andor show, live at his place or something. That'd be kind of fun.
Next week will probably be Wednesday, yeah, because I'm working Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I'm off Wednesday, Thursday. Bearing in mind, Thursday is my Wednesday. Oh yeah, no, Wednesday's my birthday. Shit. Yeah. My son's a week after. Yeah. So yeah. Wednesday. Yeah. Wednesday night. So we'll do that.
I'll be on vacation, but if I can make it work out, I'll try to be on.
Oh yeah, man. I'll just tie in with Chris. As for content, guys, for anyone who didn't see my Instagram story, everything may appear fine computer-wise just now, but it's far from it. My graphics card decided to fucking die, so I can't render anything with just my CPU. It will not fucking do it. I'm not gonna have any content for a little while. I don't. What time Wednesday? 7 p.m. Eastern, bro. Oh no, it won't be 7 p.m. Eastern. Clocks go back this week.
Last time for us. It's the last time for America. We're stopping this whole time change fiasco.
Are we really?
Yeah, this is last year.
Really?
I do not know what time yet, dude. I'll figure that one out when the clocks go back on Sunday. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to have any review content for a little while. Graphics cards are stupidly expensive just now. And I will begrudge buying one secondhand because you just don't know what you're going to get. Yeah. So, yeah, I potentially might not have any content until after the new year.
You need me to run to Micro Center and send you a graphics card, dude?
Oh, dude, I mean, don't, because these things are fucking nuts. Like, huh? I've been looking at them, man. They're like, for what I need, you're talking at least $600-700.
What?
Yeah.
I don't. That doesn't compute. Get it?
Well, the one that I had was starting to kind of get outdated. So the plan really was, I'll keep that one for now before it fucking died, and I'll just like put some cash by every month for like, I don't know, 6 months or so, and I'll get a more
holy crap! Look at these graphics cards at Micro Center. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, right. So the
$670.
The one that I'm gonna get is the RTX 3080 because it has a shit ton of memory. It will not go out of date for at least fucking 3 years, 4 years. But they are fucking pricey. There's no point in me getting another 1660 because it's already starting to struggle. So
RTX 30XX, $370.
That'll be a 3060, probably.
It is a 3060.
So
yeah, you're right.
The 3080 or the 3080 Ti is the one that I'm going to be going for. But they're fucking pricey. However, NVIDIA just released the 40 series. So in theory, the 30 series, which are still great cards, should come down in price. But unfortunately, it's the GPU that I need to render fucking videos. The CPU will do it, but it will take 9 to 12 hours to render my fucking video. Which I just can't do. So
I would think even a $200 graphics card would do a lot.
Well, but at the same time, a $200 graphics card, for me, that's just a waste of $200. So if it's $200, then it's like severely. It's like 3 years old at this point, 4 years old at this point.
RTX 4090 liquid
$1,700.
Supreme $1,800.
Yeah. So because the 4090s have came out and the 4070s have came out, the 3080s should start falling in price.
Huh.
So I'm kind of hoping I might be able to pick one up Black Friday for round about $500, maybe $400. So fingers crossed. And here I'm editing videos on my phone. Well, that's the other fucking thing. I could use iMovie, but all my fucking files, intro, outro, all that fucking stuff, they're too big for my phone. I used to do everything on the phone. I used to do everything on iMovie. And then I switched to DaVinci Resolve. So I didn't have a backup plan because I never expected this fucking graphic. I've only had that graphics card for 2 years. That should not have gone fucking bang. I do not know what's happened to it. But it's out of warning. So I'm either way, it's fucked. I just did not think that would go bang within 2 years.
That sucks, dude.
You know? And I'll be honest, I think the fact that I've been pushing it to its limits, rendering 4K for the last year on it, it's probably done it. Which is why...
That's what it's meant to do.
This one's not really meant to do it. Like this one's a 10... This is the card that everyone uses for 1080p gaming still. Like there's still not everyone games in
I have a 4K card for my camera, but I only stream at 1080.
Right? Yeah. So everyone still uses this card for 1080 gaming. It will do 1440p, but it's not meant to. I've been doing 1440p, of course I have to my dick. But that card there has been a great card for the last 2 years. I just didn't expect it to go bang. I knew it would start to struggle with games. I knew it would start to struggle with certain processes. But it is what it fucking is. So until I can get a new card, everything's on kind of hold, which sucks. But it is what it fucking is. Hopefully Black Friday's going to be good to me and I can get something there.
Yeah, there you go. They have Black Friday in Scotland?
Yeah, it's coming fast.
But they don't have Thanksgiving in Scotland.
Huh?
Black Friday's not Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but it kind of came about because it was the day after Thanksgiving here.
How do you have Black Friday without Thanksgiving?
Then the shopping went everywhere because it's money.
This is the thing. We've only really had like
fucking Amazon
Black Friday and Cyber Monday for the last 5 years.
It's Amazon's fault.
It is Amazon's fault. It's completely Amazon's fucking fault. You know, it is my employer's fault.
Dude, turn your mic on. Let's hear it.
He ain't gonna do that.
Oh, he's doing Qui-Gon's. Or no, this is Yaddle's.
But anyway, Qui-Gon? Yeah. So if anyone didn't see my story a few
Why'd
days
you make
ago,
it green?
Inquisitor?
Oh,
Ahsoka.
It's Ahsoka's.
There it is.
If anyone didn't see my story,
which one though?
It looks like it sounds good.
For Shoto or
wondering as to why I have literally nothing else on the channel apart from lives for that's really it. The fact on top of that as well that I was already behind on reviews because of being fucking jobless.
You guys are so funny. You and Phoenix and Ravens and Cody are all like, sorry, I've not been content in a while. Who cares? Do you do your life, dude? Like,
Who cares?
do you really have people like Absolute Sabers? Where's my fucking content? Like, I can't go on without it. Like,
if anybody's missing their content, they can always tune into my channel because I literally launch a video every half hour.
If someone's messaging you, telling you to post videos, block them. Who the fuck cares?
There are, honest to fucking God, there are
Tell
fucking
them to
like
pay you.
at least on a daily basis, at least over 100 fucking messages. Where's the Grand Inquisitor review? Where's the Stellan GS review?
Well,
Where's
that's
the Yoda
awesome, man.
review? Why haven't you done this? Why? It's fucking awesome, but when you can't get content out, it's fucking frustrating. You know, I've got Damien Saber on my fucking ass. Where's the fucking review for the fucking Saber we sent you? Oh, sorry, dude, my fucking graphics card went pop. Do you want to buy me a new one? Because that's the only way I'm going to get a fucking review out.
Well, if someone sent me something with the expectation of doing a video, that's a little different. But just spectators,
I would do a live review of it, man. Seriously.
There you go.
People want to see it.
That's exactly what I said to Jesse. Was I may have to resort to doing.
Yeah.
If I cannot get a card in the next 2, maybe 3 weeks tops, I may have to do live in the room.
Nice.
Oh.
Private chat this up. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
What color? Did he have a blue
I still need to
saber?
buy the mace one.
Dooku
Was
was blue,
his saber blue? I didn't
Yeah.
really. Okay.
yeah. Yaddle.
Okay. That's cool.
A little high pitch.
Qui-Gon next.
Oh, he's muted again.
I don't know because I have a random font and boot waves right now. Yeah, Qui-Gon.
What's for member of the month? For the Dooku one? I'll sort it out. Oh, shit, man. But, anyway, enough about me going over my fucking graphics card.
Did you notice StreamYard introduced something about cutting videos now?
Oh.
Yeah, so you can record in StreamYard, and now you can do something with like cutting clips and stuff in StreamYard. They just introduced it like today or yesterday.
They could take this live and cut it down to like 10 minutes.
That might be helpful, actually. Yeah.
So you do that, and cut it down and post it as a review.
I just don't know if you can put two clips together. Because if you could edit in StreamYard, that kind of solves your problem. You could record and edit all in StreamYard and then load to YouTube.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it has the ability. I know you can cut a live down to this and download that. I just don't know if you can pull like another clip in.
Well, the answer to that really is what I would want to do. Go intro lists and outro lists and graphic lists, and no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because it's just going to look shit.
Hey, send me your raw video, send me an intro and outro, and I'll cut the shit together for you.
You can use my StreamYard. I got the 1080 one.
There's ways around. Yeah, there's ways around this. I think
there is.
Seriously, if you just dump the video somewhere, I could pick it up and edit it for you, man. And then just dump it back. Yeah, don't make it 4K. I can't promise I'll do fucking 4K, but
honestly, man, I would do so much stupid shit in that video just to fucking piss you off. Just, damn it, another cut. Damn it, another fucking
take 3.
25 minutes of me going, oh, for fuck's sake. Blah, 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 blah. Hey guys, welcome. Blah, 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 blah.
Then after I get it edited, you can get. Oh no, wait! I sent you the wrong clips. Don't do that one.
Oh fuck, man! I appreciate it, guys. We'll sort something out. We'll get around it somehow, but it's just they say bad things come in threes, and that's the third. Was the graphics card going? So
it's all sunshine from here, man.
Well, here's fucking hoping that's the fucking theory.
Sunshine and rainbows.
But anyway, gents, thank you very much for joining me and giving me your time this week. It will be Wednesday next week. I will confirm a time because I'm not too sure math-wise with the time change, what time it will be at, your time and my time and all that shit. So, yeah, until next time, folks, until next week, take care and may the force be with you.